Hello again. So, you can't make a second character in Red Dead Online, but you can't overwrite it. So there's only two heads to choose from, really. There's 11 and 15. 14 works okay but it's not exactly ideal. So I pick 11 here. The first thing I do is, just like the previous one, take off the hair. Now you can mess with the skin. It's up to you if you want her white or Hispanic-y looking. Some people might want her black. You see, notice that every time I change the skin color, her age goes up. So you gotta fiddle with that age when you're done. Body build, just like before, keep it athletic or skinny. You do not want average. It's American average. It's not very good. For eyes, there's not much of a difference here. Carefree is okay. Neutral is okay. Eyebrows, 3, 4, or 5. Up to you which one you want. It's all on preference. 3 is very skinny, makes it look very maintained. 4 is good too, I like 4 a lot. So here I'm just messing with where to move those eyebrows. Wide is actually okay, so you could really put this anywhere you want. I'm gonna bring them down lower because I don't like high eyebrows. It makes them look all surprised. It's not very good look. So I'm thinking about putting them wider here. Gotta bring them low for sure. Here I'm not really sure what they do yet, so I'm bringing them out, bringing them in. I think shallow looks better, so I'm gonna do it mostly shallow. Eye color, do whatever you want. Redness, do you want pothead eyes or not? Notice that they make them big for you when you go over that option. Here, just like before, either deep or shallow. You don't want to mess with that tilt. So here, I think I'm gonna go with shallow. Shallow does look better, and just like before, I'm trying to center that perfectly. Just a pet peeve. It's not important. Eye position doesn't really matter. You could bring it either closer to the eyebrows, or you could bring the whole face down a little bit more just to make it look more natural. Nose size, just like before, thin or neutral. You want to put it narrow, and you might want to make it a little more low. So hover around the bottom left or left side. High is also okay, but you don't want to make it too high, unless you want a smaller nose. That's an Asian feature that doesn't really work here. Nose shape. Let's see what I pick here. I'm messing with that shape. Yeah, I don't want it pointy. I don't want a Jew nose, but it is a white person nose, so who knows? That was a lot of puns. So I think I left it neutral, or I put it down. Nose tip. You either point it up or keep it neutral or in the narrow side. So top left or neutral, stay around that area. You don't want to mess with the settings any more than that. For the lips here, I run into the same problem. So I go with neutral. Yep, neutral. But you want to bring those lips down lower and move the jawline up. You gotta give that smaller face, or it's gonna look like a man. For the mouth here, you could bring that mouth right back into the face, and that's kind of where I'm trying to go here. But there's not much of a difference, so go with whatever I do. Mouth position, bring it down, obviously. Upper lip, I like the lipstick, but it is such a small change that it doesn't really matter. But either do thick or thin. Wide is okay if that's what you're into. Narrow makes you look like one of those Asian geishas. It's not a very good look. Lip depth, you gotta bring that thing in so you don't get an underbite, and you can't get an underbite, but by default you have an overbite, which doesn't look very nice. So try to balance that out. Jawline. So there is a problem with choosing weak. Though it looks better in the front, it brings your chin all the way back into your throat. And it looks really stupid, so let's see what I go with. You can always fix the weak chin if you want. There's only 3 chins that you should choose here. That's weak, maybe narrow, and neutral. And you're gonna have to do a little more work on the weak one. And narrow makes your chin really long, and that's a big problem in the character creation is giant chins. That's usually where people go wrong, is at the chin. Jaw shape. Let's see what I do here. So I noticed here it was messing with the chin more than the jaw. I'm just trying to figure out what the hell is it doing. It's just barely moving. You could see the shadows moving just a tiny bit. So just go with whatever I pick. Jaw depth. Same problem again, just barely back and forth. There's really no difference. So I just go with slightly to the left. Chin shape. What's going on here? There's barely any movement, but what I want to do is bring that chin out and make it smaller. So you got to look at the front and at the side. Move that chin out and bring it upwards. So you want to keep the tilt high, and you want to bring it narrow. So I put it all the way at the top left. Chin depth. Trying to experiment. Oh, bring it out, of course. So you go with the shallow. Ears, keep them neutral or small, up to you. Let's see what I do. Yep, keep them small. Oh, I want to look at that. No. And I go with neutral. And you for the most part, you should go with neutral if you don't know what you're doing. It is the easiest setting. Here I'm messing with the shape. It doesn't really matter. You could honestly do whatever the hell you want, but I wouldn't point those ears outward or else you'll look like a weird monkey. So try to keep them flat with the face, but not all the way flat. And do your best to try to minimize that earlobe, because it is not a nice look. For the cheeks, same thing. Pick full or neutral. The rest do not look right, and you do not want those narrow cheeks. So here I'm really choosing. I think full looks better. I'm pretty sure that's what I go with. And nope, looks like I went neutral. Doesn't really matter. I guess I could go back and change that later. Cheek shape, there's barely any movement, but you can see just a tiny bit, just a few millimeters movement. So you could really pick whatever the hell you want. I didn't really notice anything, so I just brought it down lower, try to balance out the face. Cheek depth, there's also, again, just about a millimeter of movement. So I keep that right in the middle. Keep the nasty teeth. Here I bring down that hair, make sure nothing's blocking the face. Set everything off. Pretty obvious. Unless you actually want that. I like to keep a scar on one, just in case I ever want a scar. You could look like Ciri from The Witcher. So, about the same makeup. As you can see here, you don't use any foundation, because you could just change your skin color. Foundation's only if you want to temporarily make yourself a white person. Do highlighted, flushed, eyeshadow, you can pick whatever you want. I go with brown. There's some interesting colors. With these eyeshadows, if you change them, you can pick other colors if you really wanted to, but highlighted does generally look the best. Eyeliner, I always keep it simple. Give her some heavy makeup. Lipstick, I don't go all the way there. I don't know why people use black lipstick. It looks terrible. Same with the hair. Of course, the combed hair always looks the best, but if you want to change it up, there's all these messy settings. There's about 4 hairstyles. A lot better than Grand Theft Auto Online. So a lot of people are complaining about Grand Theft Auto Online being the better character creation. It's not really true. Because you actually get to pick two head shapes here, and that's 11 and 15, which are the best. And back in Grand Theft Auto, there is really only one, maybe two people you can pick from on the mother side. But yeah, in general, Grand Theft Auto online character did look better, but there was a lot less diversity, so you don't get to really pick. Remember, when you're messing with anything, you gotta tinker with that age after you're done. Bring it up and down, right back down, because it will maximize your age after you're done. As you can see here, it looks nice and pretty. Here I'm just messing with the whistle. I like to keep it at style 3. The clarity just seems to make your whistle longer. So how long you want your whistle to last. The pitch, I like to keep it low so that it, goes up. Nice sound. Alright, that's pretty much it. This is how you make a standard, nice looking character with the actual settings. No bullshit. Unlike those other YouTubers. Alright, good luck. Try not to copy. And if you do copy, give me credit. Link the video. Like it too. Helps out. And good luck.